Beautiful Virgos, I hope that you're doing amazing. Adrian Nelson here. Welcome to my channel. And this reading is a general reading, so Sun, Moon, Rising, and Ascending for Virgo for 2022. 2022 is obviously a broad period of time, but as you might know, I also have weekly readings, and then if you want to check in with that, you can just hit that subscription button, notification button, so you know when the weekly readings are coming out. And always also obviously remember these are general readings, okay? To only serve your greatest good. I'm not into drama. I don't have time for that whole like, oh my goodness, Virgo, it's gonna be bad. I don't have time to scare people unnecessarily like that. All right. So yeah, thank you for all of you that have always been supporting my channel. Thank you for the likes, the shares, the comments, the subscriptions, the donations, just the everything. It's so beautiful. And so in this reading, Virgo, we are going to look at your current point with your tarot. We're going to see what is it that your spirit guides, your guardians, and your angels would like to communicate to you. What is it that your ancestors would like to communicate to you. And then at the end of the reading, we are going to draw for that one question that's on your mind. We're going to draw a card for that. So stick with me till the end and we're going to see what that is for you. But from the Keepers of the Light, and there I saw the card for Jesus twice. From the Keepers of the Light, let's see, Virgo, what do we have? What communication do we have from the Keepers of the Light for you? For Virgo, please. What do we got for Virgo? What do we have for Virgo, please? What do they need to know? There we go. All right. So you have 1, 2, 3 messages. And, you know, 3 is always about that inner strength. It's about that allness of who you are, the power of 3. You know, mind, body, spirit. Charity. And I mean, who's more charitable than you? You know, you always want to see everybody happy. Prayer and contemplation, connect with heaven, ask and you shall receive. Now, Virgo, I think apart from a mother basically praying for a child, and if you obviously have Virgo with a child, it's amazing. But I think apart from a mother really praying for a child with that pure, honest love, the most powerful prayer after that is probably the prayer that you give. And prayers also, you know, it doesn't really matter what religion or tradition you are, even it's just that positive intention that we really want for someone. Nobody asks for help or support from the universe for someone else more powerfully than you, because you love to see people win, you know. And this is letting you know that it's time to pray that prayer for yourself. And here's the wonderful thing about praying for others though, and when you do it unselfishly, in essence, what you give is what comes back to you. So when you do that beautiful prayer for someone else, in essence, you are actually praying for yourself as well. But this time around, you are being invited to pray that powerful prayer for yourself. And as you pray it for yourself, you actually pray for the rest of the universe. And then you've got Bridget, inner strength. All right. And it says, move back to wholeness. Recognize that you have the power. Recognize that you are the power. All right. Recognize that, you know, a lot of times, no judgment whatsoever, you know, but a lot of times there's the belief that we can't just sort of like go to the creator, source, divine, whatever word you use yourself, that you have to almost go through like a medium, like a, you know, a preacher or some profound character of whoever and whatever, you know, the makers, the oracle, the whatever. But it's letting you know that, remember, we are all an expression of love, and we're an expression of the same source, and we sort of view individuality, but we are all one. We're not separate. You know, there's a sense of wholeness, and recognize that you have the power because you are the power. All right. You're a carrier of the power. As a human being, you are a physical, sort of like a torch bearer of the power. You are a portrayal of the beauty, all right, of universal possibility. And then Horus, cosmic gateway, fitting in perfectly with that. It says, your thoughts are magnetic and powerful. I love this so much. Miraculous changes are coming. I loved it for you. I loved it for you. And if you're feeling sort of stuck at a point, you're not sure what you can do, place your hand on your heart and say, you know what? I claim that for myself, that miraculous changes that is for the greatest good of everybody is coming my way easily and effortlessly, and so it is. All right. Let's just look at maybe some things that you might still need to pay attention to, maybe things in your blind spot just before the year is done, Virgo. Let's see anything that Virgo needs to know. Anything that my beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Virgos needs to know. Righty, so a little bit on the side there, you've got the Eight of Cups, all right? And you also have the Sun card, all right? Sorry. So, I'm just going to say that straightforward because I see that for some of you, you are feeling a little bit unfulfilled maybe in your life. It is time for you to really just step forward. It's time for you to step into the light. It's time for you to shine with a beautiful purpose that you as a soul opted to incarnate into this world to be, you know? And if anybody, you know, sometimes I feel that for some of you, there's those spaces where people sometimes say or do things and it's supposed to be a joke. So everybody goes like, kiki, and it's supposed to be funny, but it's not really funny. All right. Remember that the jokes usually have a hint of truth to them. If anybody doesn't respect you, it's time to cut that tie. It's time to let that tie go. And for some of you, it might be hard. This might be close relations. And you can speak to life and you can speak to the angels. Remember, we had your card right there at the beginning that we said it's time to pray that prayer for yourself. All right. And you have the power. You are the power. If you are challenged with that, you can ask for help. You can say, universe, angels. Sometimes I get myself into sticky spots and I go like, angels, I'm going to need your help over here. I said yes to something I shouldn't have said yes to and that sort of thing. And they will come through so beautifully. Because for a lot of you, it's like you can feel that brilliant sort of shine that is there available for you and that beautiful life you have, but it feels like something is blocking you. And that something that is blocking you is that I feel that for some of you, it's almost like you're trying to bypass some of the baddies in your life. You'll be like, well, maybe they're not so bad. Maybe that's not how they meant it, that sort of thing. I do beg to differ. Okay. Now, let's look at your tarot. We're using the Muse Tarot. There's links for all the tarot that I use down below in the description. And we're going to look at your current space in time. You've got the Hanged Man or the Hanged Muse, which is your energy as well as the Two of Materials. All right. So things are, first of all, you want to know those things are changing for you. They're changing in very positive ways for you. You are asked to have some patience, but you're also asked to surrender to that higher power. You're also being reminded here that on earth you're not alone, that the universe is here to support you, and you are encouraged to, instead of trying to find a solution and beating yourself almost for not finding a solution, to almost surrender to it. To the universe that has got your back, because it's almost like your solution is looking at you like this, and it's like, Virgo, if you just let me come through, if you just let me come through, please Virgo, please Virgo, please Virgo. All right. Your life, in all of what I can see over here, it's got the potential to change just like that. But that really means, with all due respect, that means that for many of you, that the opinion that you have of yourself and the way that you treat yourself, you sort of got to level it up a little bit. Okay. Don't let people use you as a punching bag. And I know sometimes you go like, oh, shame, maybe life is tough for them, maybe life is difficult, etc., etc., etc. This is something that I came to understand, and I came to understand it a very hard way through lots and lots of challenging experiences within my own life. And I mean, I've always been very intuitive. I'm an NLP practitioner. I'm a regression hypnosis practitioner. I studied CBT, like a whole lot of things with human patterns and whatever. And here's the thing though. Just because you see the pattern doesn't mean that you have to be a victim of it. And also the other thing that is so strongly that I came to discover within myself, I cannot help somebody who doesn't want to be helped. And if you don't want to be helped, I'm sorry, I'm not going to suffer with you. End of story. Okay, now let's see, what is it that your soul family, your guides, your guardians, your angels would like to communicate to you? Look at your angels being all gangster over here. You've got the Hierophant and you've got Awakening, and Awakening is the Judgment card. All right. There's a new path here for you. You are asked again to choose yourself. And let me just put it to you the way that I get it, Virgo. There's a higher purpose here for you. There's a broader purpose here for you. And, sometimes we really want to help a situation. We really want to help a person. But what sometimes happens is we only really create codependency. All right. And here's an opportunity to help everybody on such a bigger scale. And even the person or the energy in your space that is almost like resistant towards your best intentions at the moment, as you open yourself and you open to that new beginning, and this is going to be a bit difficult for some of you to hear, but as you open to that space of like, this is where I need to go, and if you go with me, it's great, but if you don't go with me, unfortunately, I cannot hold myself back for you. If you open yourself to that and you actually take those steps forward, you will help everybody, including that energy. Okay, let's see what is it that your ancestors would like to let you know. Lots of twos, and twos is about things coming together. All right, you've got the Six of Voices, which is the Six of Swords, and the Three of Materials, which is the Three of Pentacles. Now, for some of you, now again, you're going to be like, Adrian, what are you talking about? But for some of you, your mind is a little bit ruled by emotions over here. You know, people are doing things because they know that, you know, don't worry, they're going to take care of it. Don't worry. You are being very strongly encouraged by your soul family by your ancestors to not let people do that to you, okay? Because it's actually a way of disrespecting and dishonoring yourself. And you are a powerful, wonderful, magical being of life. And we are so used to that we forget what a big deal we are, all right? Don't forget that. Because you know, the time when you do just bite your tongue, when you do not speak, when you should be speaking, when you don't step away, when you sit there and cringe, when you pretend you're okay when you're not, you know, when you're hurt and you pretend that you're not hurt, that is a way of disrespecting yourself, and that is a way of re-manifesting the sort of like things that you don't actually want in your life. Okay? It's like re-manifesting the things that you actually want to get away from. Okay? What is it that you can look forward to? Four of Materials, which is the Four of Pentacles, and the Seven of Inspiration, which is the Seven of Wands. Financial stability, emotional stability, and a whole new world. Like a whole new world is about to open for you. 2021 is really going to be your year. It's really going to be your year, right? And if that resonates with you, I really appreciate you liking the video, commenting, sharing, and subscribing, Virgo. And then just lastly, we're going to look at that question that you have in your mind that you want to ask. What do we have for Virgo, please? So focusing on the question or the query, the worry, the concern that you have, and let's see what the angels have got for you around that. Improving health on all levels. Okay, this is more sort of like your energy inside, like your chakras. There's a balance that is beginning to take place. I feel you choosing yourself, you know, and as you do that, your energy changes, and as your energy changes, you show up differently, and as you show up differently, you have a different experience of life. And when you show up with more light, you attract more light and you give more light. Okay, so I hope that helps. Namaste, love and light. See you next week.